You guys maybe in your houses or maybe transit or something, but I'm sure you've closed from work. Anyways, guys, this is me still at work giving you guys updates as it concerns Afrobeats and all the recent happenings in the streets of Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa at large. Davido is back in the country, and as usual, we saw where he got to the airport. Israel went and team to welcome him, and then we saw where his Maybach vehicle was used, picking him up from the federal airport, and he got driving back to the island. And just at the bridge, we saw Lagosians, Nigerians rushing out their numbers to go welcome OPO, touching the vehicle. And the point he had to come out, like throw money outside so they can discharge his vehicle. All of that I'll bring them to you in a bit. Moving on, we'll begin our news with Rema. Talking about the Billboard Global 200, the Rema Countdown currently sits at number 33, and it has also spent 67 weeks on the chart. And for the picking order, it's picked at the time at number 3. And then for the Billboard Global, excluding the US, we have Countdown at number 19. That spent 71 weeks on the chart, and it peaked at number 1 for 2 weeks. Talking about Countdown, we saw Countdown rises to number 19 on this week Billboard Canadian Digital Song Sales Chart. And for that chart, it has spent 56 weeks on the chart. And when it peaked at number 2 in Canada. Talking about the Canadian Billboard Hot 100, we saw the King of Canada drop an album some weeks ago, talking about Drake. And Drake has come out to take his number from number 1 to about 18, occupied by Drake. And we're seeing Countdown has dropped down to number 20. As we speak, we have, funny how we have Olivia Rodrigo as number 19, and then number 20 Countdown. So 1 to 18 is occupied by no other person than Drake. I'm moving on, we saw Countdown, Rema, Rave and Roses dropped to number 82 on this week Billboard Canadian album, and the album has spent 58 weeks on the chart, and when it was buzzing, it peaked at number 15. That was an amazing one. Picking 15 in a country like Canada just shows that you really are a global star as we speak. One of the songs that's been buzzing from Rema, and one of the amazing songs that's been growing in numbers in millions and all of that, is Boobaloo. But lately we saw Boobaloo has been discontinued on the Billboard US Afrobeat chart. All posts made about the entry and peak will be removed from our archive. Now, why that is happening, we don't know, but we're sure in the coming days we'll get you guys feedback and information as why this song has to be taken down from the United States Afrobeat chart. At the same time, Rema and Gomez Countdown re-enters the US Spotify daily chart at number 184 with over 322,000 streams. It has now spent 394 total days on the charts. Moving on, we have Ice Spice and Rema Pretty Girls officially impact the US radio and added 2 formats, talking about the US pop radio in 47 stations and the US rhythmic radio in 43 stations. Moving on, we saw Countdown have spent 8 months at the top, talking about 32 weeks. We saw Countdown with Gomez became the 3rd longest running number 1 song in the world, talking about digital song sales chart history. Rema have now spent 8 months. You know, that's an amazing figure, trust me. 8 months is a long, talking about 32 weeks at number 1 on the US digital song sales charts. Congrats to Rema for achieving all of this. Like I said, on Tuesday, Rema went down the picking order from the US Hot 100 to the US Afrobeat charts, but then on the song sales charts, Rema remains unshaken from that chart. Moving on, we have Portable Omoilu Omolalomi as the next guy on the news. We saw where he dropped his latest single, which he called Michael Jackson, and it was produced by Shocker on the beats. So Portable actually announced that he's going to be live in London, and for this guy, that will be on the 26th of November, that's a Sunday, and then he's saying it's going to be there from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. so about 6 hours thereabouts. We want to give his fans what 6 hours look like in the life of a Portable performance, and then tickets are going as far as £20, £30, and then for VIP tickets, £50. At the same time, we saw the Zazu night, and this is one night at the point when he dropped the project in Nigeria. Zazu night 2 years ago was one of the biggest nights, like the biggest night all over the country, because everywhere it was Zazu this, Zazu that, because he had the biggest song at the time, which he called Zazu, featuring Pokoli and Olamide at the time. But this time, he's taking Zazu night to Genova City and all of that, and then he's saying My ticket at the gate will be for €20, but then you have to also pay when you get inside. So table for 6, €400, table for 4, €300, table for 4, €200. Still in Portable, we saw where he also announced the Zazu Live in Rome in Italy, and we're also going to be having guys like Junior Nice, Davido, Godsmouth, M Fast Crush Up, and Hype Man and Music Policy going to be also out with him from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. in Italy. And then we saw where this happened over the weekend, last weekend, and Portable actually went and performed, and he also had guys spraying money, and which he picked the money. But just after the show, we saw where there was a ruffle between him and the promoter, where Portable came out to say, according to him, he feels like he was ripped. Now, this is somebody who always come out to clamor for rip. But this time he came out to say he has been ripped off his money, because he said it was straight amount of money. And the promoter, talking about the show promoter, went on to say, we have to share the money. As a matter of fact, the promoter even picked up the money, which made fans say, no, we sprayed Portable, not you, so give the money back to Portable. Then Portable came out to explain in a live video where he said that was why the show was cancelled. According to him, everybody everybody actually went mad, because his fans wanted to get to him, and the producer wanted to have a share of the money after he had been paid. And Portable said he packed all his money, and the producer came forth to say they were going to share the money. Portable came out to say, if K1 The Ultimate comes to your show, do you share money with him when it's been sprayed, or Pasuma, or the likes of this guy? So why would you want to share money with him? He said he was not going to do that because it is his money, and according to him, what a bird eats is what he flies with. So Portable said he's going to fly with the money, and nothing would happen to him at the time. And moving on, we saw Portable came out on the video to say he would like to sing with Brymo. He want to have a collaboration with Brymo. Now, Portable has a niche of doing this where if he want to work with you, he comes out openly to make it clear to you, to the public rather, that I want to do a song with this person. He has done that with Wizkid, with Burna Boy, with a couple of big guys in the industry, saying he just comes out and do like a commercial thingy, work with me, and it creates like a lot of controversy. People keep tagging you, and at the end of the day, you might just want to work with him, as it were. But then we saw where Brymo replied him saying, sorry Portable, I know they collaborate of late, and you did so behind that you no get awareness, say I be your industry head boy, or you just prefer to identify with the days when I've been there like all else. And I would advise, make you often talk about your concerns first. So Brymo came out to say, bro, I'm not going to work with you. I really at the time don't collaborate anymore, just of late. And he went on to say he is the head boy of the industry at the time, and maybe Portable was not aware. And then he advised him also to talk about his concerns first. So this is Brymo's subtle response to say, Portable, I don't want to work with you. Moving on to the last guy, we have Davido OBO, the guy who just got back to the country some hours ago. We saw where Davido came out to put spotlight on the movie, one of the trending movie everywhere in the country, which is showing on Prime TV, called She Must Be Obeyed, a movie by Funke Akindele at the time. And then Davido came out to say, she must be obeyed on Prime, thumbs up. I definitely want to executive produce a film or a series in the near future. Davido has spoken about how he wants to produce a movie and all of that, have like an entertainment hub where they produce movie, music and all of that. And then he's saying he definitely will want to executive produce a movie. Moving on, we saw Davido and Obi Franklin in his private jet having like a bromance thingy where Obi was sleeping and Davido was just there disturbing him. And Obi said, David, why are you always disturbing me? And David said, my nanny. And Obi said, $100,000 must be increased to $200,000 for nanny. And then he's saying, if you want the job to be Davido's nanny for the sum of $200,000 a month, please apply. The big question is, why won't I apply for that kind of job? Moving on from this one, we saw Davido arrive in Lagos on the island, talking about the bridge and the Echo Bridge at the time, and then we saw fans coming out in numbers to welcome Davido, going on this vehicle and all of that, and we saw security operatives going forth, slapping some persons, hitting them to leave the vehicle site. And for Davido, he thought it twice that, okay, one way I can pass this guy is to throw money and then you reduce the glass and then throw money in the air. Obviously, they all left his vehicle to go pick up the money. But then it just showed the fact that Davido is loved by everyone in Nigeria and especially in Lagos. Moving on to the last one, we saw Kiss Daniel has been on a challenge which he called the Google assessment. So all you have to do is come out all dripping nice and giving us a price of all what you're wearing, basically. And then we saw a lot of guys have jumped on it. Abuebel has jumped on it. A couple of guys have jumped on it. Even Kiss Daniel himself have done that. Yabo has done it. A lot of guys have jumped on the trend. But Davido is the latest guy who jumped on this one, where he said his jewelry, one of them was worth 60 million naira at the time. His wristwatches, 3 of them were worth 100 million naira, some 35 million, some 60 million. The price of the jets was about $65 million and all of that. He gave figures for all of that, and then Davido, and then Kiss Daniel came out with a caption saying, now we are calling 001, but Kiss mentioned the fact that 001, then he said Google assessment at your own risk. So basically, if you want to calculate all what Davido is putting on at time, you're on your own risk. And then for Davido's bag, the bag was worth about 36 million naira just for a bag. Google assessment is on in case you're on the journey challenge. Make sure you're all dripping nice. I'm sure Kiss Daniel is most likely to post you back again. Anyway, guys, we come to the end of this one, the end of the news for today. Tomorrow, God willing, we'll come back here to give you guys update as it concerns Afrobeat has happened over the night and then for tomorrow morning. I love you guys so much. Please and please do